What is up, everyone? My name is Carlos, aka C. Welcome to the C Talks channel. If you are new, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk about the modern loneliness epidemic. The time when I felt the loneliest was during the pandemic in the years 2020 and 2021. I'm a young professional, and like many other young professionals, I was working from home, very long hours, in my one-bedroom apartment. I lived alone. I was in New York, and in New York, we had mask mandates and social distancing guidelines. And it was a very hard time to make friends, to form relationships, etc., etc. The irony of me feeling alone during this time was the fact that a lot of other people also felt lonely. In recent years, 1 in 2 Americans have reported experiencing loneliness. In 2023, Dr. Vivic Murthy, U.S. Surgeon General, declared loneliness a public health epidemic. Now, loneliness isn't just a feeling. It causes actual harm to the individuals and the people experiencing loneliness. So the mortality impact of loneliness is similar to that of someone smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And loneliness also has negative effects for people's cardiovascular system. It also causes them anxiety, and it also causes premature death. So loneliness is no joke. It's an actual serious thing. Now let's look at some of the contributing factors of loneliness. One of them is the decrease in third spaces in America. What's a third space, you may ask? A third space is a place outside of work and school where you can go casually interact with others, where you can socialize freely, and it's places where you can form friendships, relationships, and even form a romantic relationship if the opportunity arises. Some examples of third spaces are a gym, a cafe, a park, a public space in general, period. Third spaces are sadly on the decline. What are young folks doing? Instead of going to third spaces because we have less of them, they're online, socializing and trying to make friends, which is not good, and it's not the same thing. Another one of the contributing factors of the modern loneliness epidemic is the friendship recession. Fun fact, Jeffrey Hall, associate professor of communication studies at the University of Kansas, found that it takes 40 to 60 hours to form a casual friendship with someone, and it takes over 200 hours to form a close friendship with someone. Now, this begs the question. I had to ask myself this, and I want you all at home to ask yourself this. Who is the last person that you spent 40 to 60 hours with? Who is the last person that you spent 200 hours with? We're sadly not making the time to form friendships like we used to, and it shows. Studies confirm this. In 2021, a study showed that 49% of Americans, almost half, reported having 3 or fewer friends, and 12% reported having no close friends. That same study was done in 1990, and in that year, less than 1/3, 27% reported having 3 or fewer friends, and 3% reported having no friends. So you can see that we're trending towards loneliness and not having friends and being isolated as a nation. And this is just bad on all fronts. So another one of the contributing factors of the modern loneliness epidemic is technology. Technology is something that is pulling us apart instead of bringing us together. Social media apps and other applications are incredibly polarizing, leading to the atomization of society. Social media, if it was a person, would be a people pleaser that would tell you you're not fat when you are, that tells you that everything looks great on you, and that would only show you what you want to see and tell you what you want to hear. The average American spends 4 hours and 37 minutes every single day on their cell phone. Now just imagine what it must feel like to interact with a person and deal with a person with differing thoughts, opinions, and views after you've spent 4 hours and 37 minutes on your phone. It's an interaction filled with a lot of friction because they're going to be very different than you are. So Americans spend on average 4 hours and 37 minutes on their phone and 3 hours and 30 minutes every single day on their computers. That's close to 8 hours on just 2 devices. In the past, that was time that we dedicated to family, friends. We were outside, we were in public, we were face to face with others. And that's another reason why we have a current modern loneliness epidemic, because we're not spending the time with other people like we used to. I'm going to end this with a couple of suggestions and recommendations. Turn your phone off or put it on silent mode and leave it in your pocket or coat and go out, socialize, deal with other people, interact, turn the computer off, call an old friend. There are steps that you can take to feel less lonely, and it's up to you to make an effort. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but definitely things can be done. At the end of the day, I want you all to choose people and not gadgets and devices. My name is C. I'll be back with another video soon. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back with more videos soon.